so there is an optimization of that. And what is important to realize, you see, is that we are not trying to get somewhere. That's not our teaching in our tradition. We are not chasing some another carrot. So we are not chasing some perfect state of enlightenment or when I'm enlightened. No. Enlightenment is a new idea, right? So what we have in yoga, evolution is a better term, because or if you have to use enlightenment, it's better to use living enlightenment. So it gives an idea that you are not chasing some end goal, right? So you are now not using enlightenment as another form of waiting, that, oh, I'm in the enlightenment waiting room instead of my salary raise waiting room, finding my soulmate waiting room, right? So my Ferrari waiting room, to whatever my million follower waiting room. So it's just now you have changed the label of your waiting room to enlightenment. That's not what it is. It's living enlightenment. So it's a greater degree of awareness ever unfolding, right? So it's moving from unity to unity, from love to love. That it comes a point in your evolution where you are not moving from lack, but you're moving from wholeness to wholeness. Our universe is a great example of that. From our perspective, from the localized nervous system that we have, from the limitations that we experience, we find, when we look around the universe, we find an infinite universe. But we also find that this universe is infinite, but it is still expanding. And so it's a great conundrum, infinity in that sense, because it's infinite, yet it is infinitely expanding. So it's a strange thing, So that's the thing with infinity, right? It's a mind-blowing, baffling concept, infinity.
Right.
So you find that what it is pointing to, because as within, so without, as is the universe, so are we, as is the universe within, so is the universe without, that the ultimate evolution is not from moving from lack to abundance. Ultimate wholeness is moving from wholeness to wholeness, from love to love, right? And so there is the meaning of life. So we are not living to get somewhere else. That nirvana is not at the end of life. Nirvana is not that there is something wrong with this life and we need to go. Nirvana is to wake up to the beauty that there is here. The heaven is here. I mean, this is heaven.
Within
right?
you. Yeah, within you.
Right? Within and within. Because when we say within, that within is, everything is within. For everything is within your consciousness. Everything is within, right? So there is, yes, on a certain level we can say within seems so different, but there is ultimately all within. So I always speak about, because a lot of time we can get confused and get into this, oh, I'm not enlightened yet. And so we remain attached to the positionality that keeps us suffering. There is a secret, identification with suffering.
Right.
And so we have to embrace our awareness and really step into our greater level of awareness now, and then keep moving in that direction. So I speak about the trinity of yoga, the state of yoga, the practice of yoga, and the experience of yoga, right? So the state and the practice and the experience merge. And when I use the word yoga, just as a disclaimer, I'm not talking about